We just had a lot of challenges and marriage became a bit sour. We found a solution and we sort of got divorced. It was the most devastating moment of our lives.
My name is Mokele. I'm an IT manager for an auditing firm.
My name is Akhona, Mokele. I sell cars for a living. I used to teach before. I used to own my own preschool, so we used to run it together.
Initially, she was running a nursery school at
Assemblies
of God, which is in Merton. So a neighbor of mine, Mr. Slepe, I was actually off work. I took leave for a day, and I decided to go. He's basically running a transport company. So he's like, you know what, come through, come with me, I need to go do my work. So I accompanied him, went to pick up a few kids. We then went to Assemblies of God, and I was like, wow, who's that, you know? And Mrs. Slip was like, no, this is Akhona, and she's you were the head of the nursery.
I was the principal of the nursery school.
Principal of the nursery school at the time. So yeah, that's she caught my eye, and on my way back home with Mr. Slepe, I said, look, I'm taken, you know, and asked him for her numbers, and he brought me a flyer. So I took the flyer and called her, and hello, I'm the guy that came through, Mr. Slepe. How are you? And we just had a conversation, and from there, things worked out.
Yeah. Well, I would like to highlight this one. So on that flyer, I had misspelled menu for some reason, typing. So he actually called me and he said, I noticed that the menu is not written well, and and I look at the flyer, I'm like, yeah, of course it is. And he's like, I can imagine you already printed so many flyers and you didn't pick it up, so can I maybe fix it for you? And then I said, yes, of course you may, please. And that's how we started, having this conversation about the flyer, about the preschool, about how I ran the preschool and all that. He had so much interest in me, and then he asked me, may we maybe meet so we can discuss it further. And then
so the flyer was the
So we met, and he asked me on a date. But the date was just so lovely. The way he composed himself, the way he just conducted himself, it was just amazing. So we went on a date, and it was a success. Yeah, that's how we met back in 2017 January.
Yeah.
Before COVID happened, we had a good life. We stayed in Kempton Park. We just moved from the Vaal to Kempton Park. I'm a farm girl. I'm more of a farm girl, so it was my first time in the city. Also with him as well. It was not his first time in the city, but the fact that he moved in with me, we were now married. Because he was used of being a bachelor, and I was also used of being a bachelor myself. So all this now has changed. We are married, we are staying together, we are in the city. I had to learn how to drive in the city, all these things. We had to learn a lot of things. We started having challenges. We just started having challenges in marriage. So we found a solution, and we sort of got divorced. It was the most devastating moment of our lives. Sure, it was tough. It was really, really tough because we love each other. I don't think there's a moment where we actually stop loving each other. We love each other so much, but we just could not understand each other, or challenges just became so much so that we decided that divorce was the way to go. Then the pandemic came, and we were separated. We deeply cared for each other, but then we were separated, and we were raising kids. it was a very difficult moment. I suffered depression a lot, but I was very fortunate because I had a support system. You know, my parents are pastors, they would pray with me, support me in prayer and all that. But we started talking, and it was amazing how we started being friends for some reason. We started greeting each other and actually talking, and from that he started caring. He said, were you able to get the masks? Were you able to get the gloves? You know, are you guys safe? And you know, when he started showing the care, I also started, you know, being friendly with him and actually answering to his questions about our safety. And we started, you know, talking about the general life, what's going on, how are you guys, what's going on your side, are you guys okay? He started maintaining us. So when he started maintaining us, that money made such a difference in our lives. I was now able to buy enough food, take care of the kids, take care of myself. We were warm, we were safe, we were safe. As much as he was not there, but he left us in a house, we were safe. So, you know, the whole perspective changed. And I was inspired by what Buhle asked me in such a way that I ended up getting a fun club for the kids within my complex. We would do goodie bags, me and Buhle. Shama would also assist us, and we would have all these kids coming for goodie bags, and we would let everyone just talk about whatever they want to talk about. Spending so much time with the children and, you know, making them happy, just giving out those goodie bags and seeing the smiles on their faces sort of shifted the focus on how I felt inside. And yeah, instead of going for therapy, I found peace in what I was doing because I love children, so that healed me. And it also made me a better person towards Neo, because I wasn't the bitter woman that I was, you know, full of hatred. And bitterness was no longer running my life. It was more gratitude more than anything.
If you look at how other marriages were going during lockdown, we can actually see in the stats, the crime stats, things just went haywire. You know, people started fighting, I think the divorce rate actually went high. Gender-based violence stats actually went high. So I think for us to actually have that quietness and learning ourselves, I think we learned more about ourselves during that time. It actually helped us in a way to start appreciating each other and seeing what we're missing, you know. We miss quite a lot.
If we were not affected by the pandemic, we probably would be the same people. I don't think we would have had the moment of stillness, you know, of self-discovery. So we would probably be separated right now still and be enemies. Because remember, it's other people's voices that will be making noises in your head more than your own. At times, really, it's your own voice, but also we had a lot of influences around us. But the stillness, that moment of stillness, helped us to get where we are today, because there was no one to tell me how bad my husband is or how terrible his wife is, I suppose. You know, there was no one to sort of highlight all the negatives. We were alone, and we realized that we are actually alone. Because when I was sick and I was dying, he was the only one who was there for me. We're busy planning our future together. We want to start a non-profitable organization, a preschool, because we felt that when we closed the other one in the Val, we sort of lost the sense of purpose. And I think that's why we had so much fights, because at the end of the day, it is within our calling to have a preschool and, you know, help the less privileged children. We're currently buying land in Pretoria. What was the
Pretoria West.
Pretoria West. We're currently buying land there, and we're going to start a preschool for the less privileged children. And also, we want to counsel other couples that are going through the things that we went through. We noticed, you know, with the counseling that is around, maybe some of the counselors are amazing, but when we needed the help the most, we could not get what we needed the most. So we feel like, since we know exactly how you feel like when you're going through a divorce, you know, we don't predict it, we went through it. So we feel like we will do a much better job as well, just to add that light into our society. So we're going to be doing a lot. We're going to be doing a lot, including the marriage counseling as well. It will be lovely to have people assist us to get that building going. We want to mainly do it for the community, for the children, if possible, even a boarding preschool for the little ones. You know, who can't be at home because maybe they're going through abuse, whatever the case is. We want to be that shelter for them for that period of time until such time they are taken to safety. So yes, that's the action that we literally busy with the building now. We haven't started with the building, we bought the property, but that is the next step, is to build. You know, there's circumstances sometimes that can be fixed. If you can't fix it, I'd say please try all your best. I felt that I did not fight enough, and I think that's what my husband said when we decided we're mending things. He said, baby, I did not fight enough for my marriage. And if you are out there and you're going through what we went through, or you're even thinking of leaving your spouse, please try all avenues. Try all avenues. Come to us, talk to us if you can. Try all avenues. Get help.